The biggest names in American dentistry, Heartland, Aspen, Smile brands, are carrying junk credit ratings. Over the last 2 years, more than 40 of these groups were put up for sale, fewer than 10 found to buy. Yes, that's right, 10. Hello, I'm Arun Mehra, and right now, everyone in UK dentistry is piling back onto the DSO train. The corporates, the consolidators, the private equity money, all of them climbing aboard. Now, here's what I think. That train left the station years ago. The Dento roll-up party is over. Not slowing down, but over. Now, a quick word on why you might want to hear me out. I've spent 25 years in this sector. I'm a chartered accountant who's advised hundreds of dental practices, and I also own practices with my wife, Smita. So I've sat on both sides of the table, the spreadsheet side and the surgery side, and I'm not commentating from the outside. I'm in it. So how did we get here? Roll back to 2019, 2020 and 2021. Money was effectively free. The Bank of England base rate was 0.1%, the lowest in 300 years. And private equity did what private equity does with free money. It went shopping for your dental practice. The play was simple. Buy a nice little practice, bolt it onto a bigger platform, let the multiple do the work, then sell the whole lot to an even bigger fund. The whole thing rested on two ideas though. That money stays cheap, and then there's always a bigger buyer waiting at the end. But now, both of those have now broken. If you want proof, don't look at the UK, but look at America. It's the most mature DSO market on earth, which makes it your crystal ball. So what's happening over there right now? The biggest names in American dentistry, Heartland, Aspen, Smile brands, are carrying junk credit ratings. Over the last 2 years, more than 40 of these groups were put up for sale, fewer than 10 found to buy. Yes, that's right, 10. And the lenders to one of the larger groups recently walked in and took the keys. They swapped their debt for control, and the dentists who'd taken shares instead of cash were wiped out. They received nothing for their equity. And here's the part that should make everyone stop and think. We've seen this film before. In the 1990s, private equity rolled up doctors' practices in the US in exactly the same way. By 2002, 8 of the 10 biggest had gone bankrupt. It doesn't rhyme, it repeats. And please don't tell me Europe is different. Europe got there first. Take Spain. A few years ago, it had more dental clinics than anywhere in Europe. Low-cost chains, aggressive advertising, patients paying on finance. Then they collapsed. iDental, Dentix and the rest. Something like 400,000 patients were left mid-treatment, many of them still paying off loans for work that was never finished. Dentix blamed its private equity backer, KKR, went down with a €160 million hole. France had its own version, a chain called Dentexia, liquidated back in 2016 with a class action act still running today. And in Germany, the government got so fed up, it branded private equity buyers locust investors and started trying to legislate them out altogether. Same fuel as our roll-ups. Jay just caught fire earlier. Now, let me be fair, because this bit matters. Deals haven't stopped completely. People are still buying and selling. But look at how. Holding periods for private equity have stretched past 6 years. Multiples have come down, and funds are increasingly selling to each other. One private equity firm quietly passing the parcel to the next. Our own biggest dental group changed hands exactly that way in 2025. Now, that's not a booming market. That's a market holding its breath. So what does all this mean if you own a dental practice? Now, when a buyer comes knocking, ask yourself one question. What do they know that I don't? Because here's the truth. They do this for a living. You'll do it once. They've got a deal team, a model, 20 comparable deals sitting in a folder, and they're offering you a price because they've worked it out. It's worth more than that to them. That gap between what they pay and what it's really worth, that's your money. Now, if you're genuinely done, if you're tired and you want your life back, take the check and go with my blessing. There's no shame in selling, but take the check and be very, very careful about taking the paper. Otherwise, bet on yourself, because the winners from here won't be the biggest names. They'll be the best run practices. Now, I've written the whole thing up, the UK, Europe and America, with all the evidence, and I'll drop the link in the comments below. Have a read, and then tell me straight, where do you think I've got this wrong?